Baruch Hashem, we were able to spend all of Pesach at home, despite the number of people being sick, including Simcha Dov. And there was a fear that we'd have to go to the hospital any number of times. Baruch Hashem, we were able to be home, spend together as a family, and really appreciate what we had. In fact, I began to realize how much I appreciate my wife ever so more so than I did before. It was with that perspective that I looked back and I realized there were many times in the past that I did not appreciate my wife enough. And it was that understanding that I would like to share with you an insight into davening today. We are about to start saying Tachanun after we have not said it in a month. And I was always curious, why does Tachanun come after Shmoneh Esrei? Would it not be more appropriate for Tachanun to come beforehand? And then we can ask for forgiveness first, and then ask for our needs in Shmoneh Esrei? Why is it the reverse? And then I realized that that's not the point of Tachanun. Tachanun is not in order to do tshuva from fear, or in order to be able to ask Hashem for something. We're doing tshuva from ava, appreciation. After I finished davening a whole shachris and I come to Shmoneh Esrei and I realize how much Hashem does for us and how much Hashem gives us and sustains us. And I realized that my appreciation for Hashem was not sufficient. And as I look back and reflect, the way I was before davening was not appreciative enough of what Hashem does for us. And therefore I ask Hashem for forgiveness, not only for deeds that perhaps I did, but also for the lack of appreciation that I had for Hashem as I do now. Just like we experienced the Yom Tov and we came closer together and I realized that I did not appreciate my wife and my family enough, so too, after Shmoneh Esrei, I ask Hashem, please forgive us for not being able to appreciate you sufficiently. And of course, for all the sins that I might have done as well. But then, I was curious, so why don't we say Tachanun all the time? Why do we stop? Why have we not said Tachanun for this past month? If it's a Tachanun, if it's a tshuva me'ava, if it's an expression of love and appreciation, why is it not done even during Yom Tov or Shabbos? And then I recalled something that I learned in the Siddur Shel Shabbos, and I'm going to apply it now to Tachanun. And that is when Hashem wants to give us a lot of good, and Hashem wants to shower us, and it's a time of happiness, it's not appropriate to have that type of reflection. For example, imagine you prepare an amazing and elaborate birthday party for someone you care about. And as you go through the preparations and you come time for that exciting moment, and they come in and they're surprised and you have a wonderful party, and then the birthday person all of a sudden becomes very sad and despondent. You ask them what's wrong. And they say, I realize how much I didn't appreciate what you've done till now, and I feel bad that I haven't been able to give to you as you've now given to me. That's not what we want to happen at that time. We want to see that person happy and excited. We don't want that reflection, and perhaps even though it's an expression of appreciation and a sign of greater closeness. But that's not the time. Now is the time for excitement, it's time for happiness. And that is what everybody else wants. So when it's a Yom Tov, or it's the month of Nisan, which is mostly Yomim Tovim in times of Simcha, it's not appropriate to have that reflection, even though it's a reflection of love. It's time to be happy and to rejoice in the moment that everything Hashem has given us during that time. And now as we approach the time when we once again start saying Tachanun, may we indeed appreciate all the good things Hashem does for us, from small to big. And may that appreciation in turn motivate us to reflect upon ourselves to do more and be able to serve Hashem with greater passion, with greater connectivity, and with greater love.